Boys and girls. Um, I got an interesting topic that I came to mind. Me and actually Big Michael, we were actually talking about uh, topics and shit. We threw down some topics. So he's doing one of the topics. Hopefully, he's not doing this one. He didn't get back to me in time with which one he's doing. And I'm just too lazy to wait. So, today's topic: video games that you once liked but do not like anymore. Now, for me, this is gonna be tough, but I'm sure I could. I'm sure I could pick some shit out. Okay, let's see. I probably should have prepared. Again, I didn't. I do this all off the cuff. It's very unprofessional, but that's how the show works. Through unprofessionality. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. This is fucking hard. What game did I think was amazing when I was younger? Okay, I'll start off with a simple one. The Gex series. Uh, as a kid, I thought that series was like, I'm talking when I was fucking like 8 or fucking 7, or like young ass kid. I was a fucking kid. Anyway, um, Gex. Gex is definitely a game series that I loved. Upon going back to it, I do not have the same affinity as I once did for it. So I only owned. I mean, I mostly rented the other Gex. I owned the first Gex One, which was a side scroller 2D platformer, which is actually, actually going back to, I do lie. Maybe it's more the others, but the original Gex ain't that bad. It's pretty good. If you're just looking for like a typical side scroller, I mean, the graphics are really cool and everything. The level design's awesome. It's a fun little platformer game. I can't hate on it too much. But the 3D games, now I thought they were the shit, like Gex 2 and shit, Gex 3, all these 3D platformers and everything. I thought it was awesome, like the hub world and shit. You were like in the sky or something, and then you'd go through the TV, and then like Gex is like a funny, like James Bond character. But in my older ages, I went back to Gex, and I was like, this is fine, I guess, but it didn't like the spark for me as much as it once did. Now, it's definitely a series that could use a remaster or a remake. I'd probably like it a little bit more if it was more, up to date. It definitely shows its age, I would say. Probably a lot of N64 games, if I'm being honest. Like, let's see, what's another one? Well, same thing too with like Rayman. Now, the original Rayman, I love. By the way, the original Gex, I believe, came out originally on the Jaguar, if I'm not mistaken. It came out originally on an obscure console. Anyway, probably could be wrong about that. Rayman originally came out also for the Jaguar. No, I don't know about Gex. Let's forget about Gex. Originally came out for the Jaguar, then was ported to the PlayStation, maybe the Saturn, don't know. Should have researched it, don't know. Yeah, the original Rayman is awesome. Like the graphics, everything. It's trippy as fuck. It is a trippy ass fucking game. It's hard too. They just remastered it as well. Really good game. I do like the original Rayman. However, the sequels, not so much. I enjoyed Rayman 2 as a kid and Rayman 3, but as an adult, going back to 2 and 3, now most people say 2 and 3 are the best. I strongly disagree. This is back when Ubisoft was not soulless, by the way. Anyway. Yeah, 2, I didn't like the jump to 3D. I didn't like the darker graphics. I thought You know, it was a lot better when, like, the original. I think he works better as a side scroller, not a 3D game, if I'm being honest. But that's a that's the thing. They just, you know, they did the 3D thing. They originally actually were gonna make a Rayman 2 that was a side scroller. It got canceled, but there's actually some gameplay of it and everything you can look up. Um, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of 3D games. I never played Raving Rabbids. I'll never forgive how they butchered that fucking series too with fucking Raving Rabbids or whatever the fuck. Just bringing back fucking Rayman. Although Rayman 4 was gonna introduce the Rabbids, but it was gonna be more of like a look up Frame Raider. Frame Raider is really good at talking about Rayman and Rayman 4. Shout out to fucking Frame Raider, he's awesome. Let's see. Well, definitely also the original GTAs. This was definitely shown too once they came out with the definitive edition. Now, don't get me wrong, the original, you could always pop on the original and just go on a fucking killing spree. It's fun and all, but they definitely show their age. I mean, before when I was a kid, all of our friends, we all loved fucking GTA. It was just fun, just fucking cars and mayhem and everything. But, I mean, once you compare it to 4, which is the best one in my opinion, and 5, you know, the older ones, they have their place, but they're not as fun as, you know, they once were. Again, this is back when having an open world, like, game where you could do all that shit was fucking new. It was fucking different. But yeah, but the definitive, I mean, don't get me wrong too, the definitive edition was a fucking shit show when it came out, but yeah, I mean, it was cool going back, but it just didn't, it's not the same. It's definitely not the same. And I'm finding that too, the more, like, you know, these companies remake the original games, sometimes when you go back, it's just not as cool as you once thought they were. It's a good example of that. Destroy All Humans, dude. That's another one. I really enjoyed it as a kid playing that remaster. It was fun. Don't get me wrong. I still think it's a good game, but it wasn't as. It just wasn't. It just didn't hit the same, and that's the sad part when you grow up. You know, you miss the good feelings that the old games brought you. But you know, that just shows, and that shows how good a game is and how timeless it could be. Fucking when I was younger, I played Super Mario World. I loved it. I can still play Super Mario World and love it. So it all really just depends on the fucking game itself. And another fucking bullshit hippie thing. Don't ever be ashamed about a game and what people say how bad it is or anything, because if you have fun with it, that's all that matters. I will always say this. One of my top 5 favorite games, Blitz League 2. It's a fucking football game. Don't even like sports, but the rated M football game, it is the most fun I ever have with a fucking video game. I love it. You could just break people's bones, take steroids, fucking skimpy cheerleaders. It's fucking lit. But it got review bombed. But I love it. I love bad games. Sometimes bad games are more fucking memorable than the good ones. That's a lie. That's a lie. Because then you got shit that I'll never shut the fuck up about. Crimson Desert, which is a timeless game, the best game ever. But we are so off topic at this point. But yeah, that was a solid 3 or 4, or how many fucking ones I just laid down. Let me know in the comments, what's a game that you loved, but nowadays you just aren't feeling anymore? Like, subscribe. We suck at speedrunning. Peace.